Welcome back to the Monster Picker channel. Got a great episode for you today. We're gonna look at this film right here. Wow. The 1977 adult crime cult classic film.
What about the porno?
The Jade Pussycat. Directed by, he's really a legend in the field, Bob Chinn, and starring another legend, John Holmes, Georgina Spelvin, who was in The Devil and Miss Jones. And I reviewed that movie right here, so make sure you check it out right here on my channel. And Linda Wong, who we see her right here. That's Linda Wong. I not only have this on VHS, I have it on DVD. And I watched, for this review, I watched the DVD release. And this is from a company called Eye Candy. Quality was very good, but it's a little confusing. I mean, that's not Linda Wong there. She's this broad's not even in the film. And you look at the back. Let's see if I can show you the back. Here we go. There's the back. For this review, we're gonna go over this film. I'm gonna give you the summary storyline. I'm gonna go over the scenes because you wanna know who's in this film. What are the scenes like? What are they doing in those scenes? And overall, is it worth watching? But before we cover all that, and we will cover all those things, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. This way I know you appreciate this content. Hard-boiled adventure and hardcore action go hand in hand in the Jade Pussycat. John Holmes recreates his world-famous role as Detective Johnny Watt, pitting himself body and soul, mostly body, against a wave of dangerous criminals and dazzling dames. Hired by a beautiful seductress from his past, John sets out to find her missing brother, Paul. But all too soon, John is sucked into a malevolent web of deadly betrayal and deceit when he uncovers a sinister plot involving a priceless Chinese artifact called the Jade Pussycat and an equally priceless Oriental beauty named Jasmine. Eventually, John's sleuthing leads him to a climatic showdown with a deadly madam played by adult movie legend Georgina Spelvin. Their sizzling confrontation ignites the screen with unprecedented passion and brings the intriguing tale to its truly unique climax. So this movie begins with this guy running, and right out of the gate we have this little action scene. He's running, and he's got something in this bag, and he gets back to his hotel room. We see him wandering down around the streets, and lucky for this guy, in his hotel room is Linda Wong. Yeah! And they're discussing the Jade Pussycat, this artifact that they stole and are going to sell, and it's worth $500,000. And they're gonna celebrate, but before they go sell it, they have some work to do. Linda and this guy, let's see, I gotta be creative with this stuff. You'll have to use your imagination. I can't show nude scenes or anything, so use your imagination and read between the lines. Linda and this guy, let's see, how do I say this? Talks intensely to his tool. Do a little bit of that, and that's followed by some missionary work. And it ends with him finishing on her stomach. He finishes on her stomach. The next scene, enter John Holmes into the picture, and he's on the telephone and he's complaining that he's Well, he's not complaining because he's actually he must be in a good mood. It's going to be revealed. He's interviewing some girl for a secretary position. And when he hangs up the phone, because we don't see her in the picture, we realize she's below the desk. I'm sure you can guess what she's doing down there. This pretty blonde. While she's down there, she's trying to swallow Wad's enormous meat missile. They are interrupted by this hot brunette right here. And she tells him that she's trying to find her brother, that he's disappeared. And it's her birthday, and man, he would never just disappear without calling her or letting her know first. So he's gonna have to go on the case. Together they leave, and they're gonna head to Paul's apartment so Johnny Wad can do some investigative work. They get in the apartment, they're looking around, and well, John and this brunette, they're going to be doing some work, and he's going to investigate more than his disappearance. He's going to investigate her. Of course, it's Johnny Wad.
You call up and make reservations for the 11 o'clock flight, okay?
But I can't afford to.
Hey, forget it, okay? Give me a kiss.
So John's tongue begins to explore a very hairy jungle cave. Then she decides to eat a giant-sized bologna stick. There's a little missionary work, and it ends with her eating a creamy custard cream. Wow! So Linda takes the Jade Pussycat to a buyer, and
yes, savory. All savory.
He's talking to them, and he opens up he takes it out, he's looking at it, and he's like, I'm very familiar with the Jade Pussycat. I've seen it before, and this is a fake. This isn't the Jade Pussycat.
But this isn't the Jade Pussycat?
What?
And this is where we see Georgina Spelvin. She's in the room too.
Well, now,
so enter scene 4.
We must have the statue. I saw it with my own eyes in the Tokyo Museum, and I know for a fact that stolen statue was a genuine article.
Linda Wong and Georgina Spelvin. Georgina Spelvin and Linda Wong with no dong. Some 69. Georgina Spelvin, after that, gets on her knees, and I guess she's a little hungry. She starts to eat a little fortune cookie. Linda looks very happy. A little finger poking in the stink hole. With some rear spanking. And I gotta say, Linda Wong here, she looks so pretty. She is so amazing looking. She's thin but curvy at the same time, and long, beautiful dark hair. After this scene, we go back to Wad's investigation. John goes to the hotel where Paul was staying at, and he's talking to the guy at the front desk and manages to get access to Paul's stuff that Paul left in the room. So he also gets a room. He decides he's going to get the same room that Paul was in, and while up there he's going through the envelope looking for clues, and finds a couple of things, finds a key that has some initials on it, and He's reading all the paperwork, finds a pack of cigarettes and lights one up. And all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. And there's this really hot, skinny brunette. So he opens the door. Opens the door and they get to talking and the bed gets to rocking. Scene number 5, Johnny Wad and hot skinny brunette. There's some below the belt kisses, and I gotta say, that bratwurst looks as big as her arm. It's amazing. I don't know how she managed that. Next, he swings her from behind and waxes that bumper. Linda and the gang question Paul. They go back to Paul and they gotta find that Jade Pussycat to sell it. So they're asking him where it is. Where did you put it?
The Jade Pussycat. What did you do with the Jade Pussycat?
And then they head to Paul's sister's place, and this dude's walking around, one of these gang member guys, and he's peeking through the window and sees Paul's sister's roommate taking care of business. Great solo scene, and until this dude peeks into the window, he can't take it anymore. He goes into the room and confronts her and applies some forceful love. That's how I have to explain it. Forceful love.
I mean, business. Now, where does that key?
What key?
And then he finishes business on the bushes.
No.
Next, we go back to Johnny Wad, who's walking around San Francisco. We get some great shots here, and he's doing his investigation, and he finds Paul dead. And lo and behold, Linda Wong shows up, and they're talking, and he manages to get the gun away from her. After this scene, he goes back to his office.
It looks like the game is over, bitch. And I think you lost.
And is greeted by his pretty blonde secretary, and I guess they're gonna finish business.
Not yet quite solved.
What do you mean?
I mean, we've got a key that's
She's still doing that interview.
AC.
St. Francis Athletic Club?
What?
St. Francis Athletic Club at Van Ness. I used to work there. It's a lot of
And it's great because she knows what the initials on the key are for. So she gets the job. But
we were here.
she has some other things she's got to do as well. She's got to talk loudly into the microphone. That's how this scene begins. That's how the scene begins. Then there's a little missionary. Then hooray, some cowgirl. And it ends with John squeezing some beef stick juice into her pie hole. So Johnny Wad is able to find the Jade Pussycat. It's in a locker. He brings it back to his hotel room, and after a while, he hears a knock on the door. Georgina Spelvin enters the room and explains to him that she wants that Jade Pussycat, and they can be partners. It's worth $500,000, and
You have something I want.
he agrees. Well, he actually tells her they're going to be partners in this transaction because she has the buyer,
You've been
and
expecting me, haven't you?
now they're going to have some drinks and going to celebrate. Scene number 8. Georgina Spelvin and John Holmes. First, it begins with Spelvin kissing John's gigantic dune worm. Second, there's some missionary work. Third, some cowgirl. Fourth, on all fours from behind until finally unload, waxes the bumper, the rear bumper. So after this, are they going to go ahead and complete this transaction? Or is she going to double cross him? Are they going to be partners?
It's a pleasure.
Is Bob Chinn going to walk back into this picture? I'm not going to tell you. You want to know? Get the movie. Go get the movie. I'm not going to spoil the ending. I got to say right here, this DVD release from Eye Candy, the quality was terrific. I really liked the quality. There's not a whole lot of extras on the DVD. There's a scene selection. The pros of this film, the women are beautiful and hot. They all have long hair. There's blondes and brunettes. We get Linda Wong, who I think is the best looking ever Asian adult star. Much better than Asia Carrera. The acting's good. Going back to the ladies, none of them, there's no fake body parts, there's no tattoos, there's no weird holes and those giant plug things in their ears or anything. They're all pretty. The scenes are very hot and steamy, and I love the soundtrack. It's got that 70s feel to it. And the acting's good. They all do a really good job. And the story's fun. This is a fun story. The cons. There's really only one con about this film. Unfortunately, John Holmes never porks Linda Wong. There's no scenes with John Holmes and Linda Wong. Can you believe it? He never porks her. Another negative about this movie. Well, some of these scenes, you know, you got the girl and you got the guy there. Why aren't they thrown into every position? Come on, Bobby Chinn, why didn't you film them in every position? You want to know, 1 to 5, 5 being the best. What does Monster Picker give Jade Pussycat? Jade Pussycat. You know what? I'm not going to make you wait long on this. This movie earned 5 stick hard throbbing scores. 5 scores. That's right, baby. This is a classic. This is a masterpiece. I'll tell you, Bob Chinn gives Gerard Damiano a run for his money. What a director. Story. This is great. So go out, buy this movie. Highly, highly recommended. You're going to enjoy this. I can't think of anything else. Can you? Did you like the Jade Pussycat? We were watching it together and he fell asleep. Can you believe it? He said he doesn't like pussycats. What? He said he would have enjoyed it more if it was the Jade Pussy Dog. Anyways, thank you for watching and stay safe.
Greed for money, power, and material possessions. These are the things which motivate man to harm his fellow man. The Jade Pussycat. How many people died because of it in the past, and how many will die in the future? Something tells me just to throw the damn thing into the bay and have done with it. No object, no matter how valuable it is worth a single human life. But then again, I'm only human, and this thing's worth a lot of money. And well, I suppose I've got to find out just what it is and what this thing is all about.